Hello and welcome to Money Control. I'm Vandana Ramnani and you're watching Editor's Take. Joining with us today is Gaurav Chaudhary, Deputy Executive Editor, and we are here to discuss proposals of 2019 budget, especially the super rich tax and the government clamping down on black money. So Gaurav, tell us about the super rich tax and the underlying philosophy behind introducing such a tax.
Yes, so the government has made it very clear that it is essentially not for raising revenue, although there are reports that the government could end up earning about 13,000 crore in revenue, additional revenue compared to last year because of this tax. Just to recall, in the budget proposals, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that those earning between 2 and 5 crore and those earning above 5 crore will be subjected to new surcharges, is effectively bringing down their effective rate outgo of tax to about 38% and 42% respectively. The government says that this is being done for purposes or objectives of equity, in the sense that those who are earning more should bear a higher responsibility for those who cannot pay taxes and those who are at the lower end of the income band. But having said that, I think government is also armed with data that there's a lot of undisclosed money, or there are a large number of people who are not disclosing their wealth. Say for instance, there are only, according to income tax data, there are only about 40,000 people who disclose an income of above 1 crore rupees. That is clearly not possible in a country like India, where if you can see more cars costing priced at more than 1 crore rupees being sold than those who are disclosing. So this whole disclosing an income of above 1 crore rupees. So the whole idea of imposing raising the effective tax on the so-called super rich is to ensure that more and more people come out and disclose their actual income, rather than trying to hide it away.
Okay. And Gaurav, there's also a proposal to tax those withdrawing over 1 crore per annum.
Yes.
So what's the rationale behind doing
so that rationale is very clear. The government wants to clamp down on those who are indulging in hoarding of cash. This is some kind of a reintroduction of a previous tax which was in existence between 2005 and 2009, which was then called the banking cash transaction tax. But that was limited to 25,000 withdrawal of 25,000 rupees. This time around, after 10 years, a similar measure has been brought back. But the conditions are very different this time, because one, it comes nearly 3 years after demonetization. 2, the government is armed with more data, and 3, the banking system, the financial system, and the entire economy is far more digitized. So government is now armed with a fair degree of more data than it was in, say, 10 years ago, and they have an idea of the people who are actually withdrawing money and hoarding cash. They also have a fair idea of what are the instruments that these kind of people are using to dodge taxmen. And also, where is the money going to? What are the how they're also the government probably is also armed with data on how some of these tax dodgers are actually carrying this out in connivance with some bankers. So the whole idea is to make it a deterrent for people to withdraw money more than 1 crore rupees from a single bank account, because this money is being withdrawn, hoarded, and then being spent in cash. So the whole idea is to not leave an audit trail and obscure the source of money. So the government wants to basically ensure that it makes it more and more difficult for people to obscure the source of money, and also to ensure that not large transactions can keep on happening in cash just to evade taxes.
Thanks, Gaurav. Thanks for those insights. Stay logged on for more views and updates on Money Control. Thank you.